this afternoon, Governor's wife seeks greater awareness for immunization against cervical cancer. AKBC Radio Chapel celebrates God's goodness at 35. Akwa United suffer another preventable defeat. Super Eagles in narrow victory over 10-man Mozambique. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. Good afternoon and welcome to AKBC 45 News at noon. I am Miriam Ekbutu. Wives of local government chairman of Nigeria, Walgon, Akwa Ibom State Chapter have been charged to be actively involved in ensuring that teenage girls in their localities between the ages of 9 to 14 are available for the administration of the human papillomavirus vaccine, a vaccination that will prevent cervical cancer in their later stage in life. The wife of the state governor, Pastor Patience, get the charge when members of Walgon paid a courtesy visit to her in Government House, Uyo. Margaret Bassi was there and now reports.
Mothers, the local government, the Caribbean, the organization, government there approved, the local government, local government, the kid coach and the mother.
Pastor implored the wives of chairmen as frontliners in their communities to have a regular interface with women at the grassroots and dialogue on how to promote family standards and ensure a safe and secure society. The governor's wife said a pet project, which will be unveiled soon, focuses on the well-being of families and has already commenced its activities, such as reaching out to the less privileged members of society and providing succor to them. While soliciting support for the success of our vision for families, the governor's wife noted that her pet project is in line with the Arise agenda of Governor Moino and called on wives of local government chairmen to be actively involved in interpreting our vision for the state.
We've been working underneath, and the reason has been we've been waiting for our mother, the wife of the president, to launch her own out before we can, queue behind that. The key focus of my key project is on family. And so I will have you or need you to support me. Let us project family. Let us support family. I welcome ideas on family, what to do to help an average Akwa Ibom family.
Speaking earlier, the chairperson, wives of local government chairman of Nigeria, Akwa Ibom State Chapter, Mrs. Maria Therese Robson, said the purpose of their visit was to inform her that their husband's tenure as local government council chairman will end in November this year. She appealed to the First Lady to carry them along in a project for the state and assured that they are willing and ready to partner her, even after their husbands have vacated office. Mrs. Robson also assured her of members' capacity for grassroots mobilization for the success of a Arise agenda of the Governor Moino's administration.
We wanted to meet you one-on-one because we all know that the time of our husbands is winding up by the end of next month. That is why we decided to meet you. But now we want to stand here to tell you that we are grassroots and we are deeply rooted. We want to continue working with you. Whether we are wives of chairmen or not, we are Akwa Ibom women. So we appeal that please, you should please carry us along.
Also speaking, the Walgon Secretary, Mrs. Itoro Cletus, thanked Pastor Moreno for his leadership acumen and prayed God to fortify him with the grace, wisdom, and ability to govern Akwa Ibom State efficiently. Margaret Bassi, AKBC News.
Women in Nature Conservation Organization, WINCO, weekend held its maiden exhibition of jackfruit value chain products in Uyo. Briefing journalists on the exhibition tagged Jackfruit Fair, the Chief Executive Officer of the WINCO, Ememumo, said the jackfruit value chain has come to stay in the state. Eyageno Paul has more.
According to Ememumo, jackfruit is widely cultivated in tropical regions. The fruit is highly productive, it generates revenue to any economy and requires minimal care.
Today, Women in Nature Conservation Organization deemed it timely and necessary to organize the first ever exhibition of jackfruit value chain products to showcase to Akwa Ibomites, to Nigerians and Africans its untapped potentials. This is happening exactly 9 months after the maiden summit we facilitated in January this year. Jackfruit has a characteristic flavor and is highly versatile.
Umo appealed to the Akwa Ibom State government to partner with the organization by adopting the planting of jackfruit, ensuring that with this, the economy of the state will improve.
As I conclude this press conference, I present to Akwa Ibom State people, I present to Nigerians and to Africans the newest brand of healthy and nutritious jackfruit products, and of course the seedlings for health, for wealth, and for sustainability, especially in these days of climate and biodiversity crisis.
Stakeholders and participants bared their minds on the jackfruit value chain venture.
And I think that the greatest employer of labor would be agriculture if we know how to, add value, to the things that we produce.
And one of the cardinal pillars of climate resilience is adaptive capacity, coping capacity. So this initiative is one of that. Whatever brings unity, whatever brings love, and also whatever brings peace is always in support of. This is really a good thing you have started.
Transfer this technology to the grassroots. Dr. Leon in 1980 says, let the effective one provide effective assistance to the weaker ones.
Eyageno Paul, AKBC News.
The state government has again reassured members of the public of its determination to reject Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation, AKBC, to serve the people efficiently as the mouthpiece of government and watchdog of the society. Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Comrade Ememumo, gave the assurance at a Thanksgiving service to mark the 35th anniversary of the AKBC Radio Chapel of the NUJ held at the Apostolic Church, Nigeria, Oron Road, Uyo. Represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Akbarawa James added, the Commissioner maintained the plans were underway to reposition the station to regain its pride of place as the People's Radio, recalling the glory days of the station. Comrade Ememumo stated in strong terms that individuals, groups, religious, political, social, non-governmental, and traditional organizations have benefited from the services of the station in various ways. The Commissioner charged staff of AKBC to brace up for the task ahead with a renewed zeal and commitment to effective service delivery, anchored in people-oriented programs, as well as project the rich cultural heritage of the state. The Acting Director General of AKBC, Mrs. Magdalene Odokang, expressed optimism that better days are ahead for the station in view of state government's lofty plans to reposition AKBC. She thanked Governor Moino and stakeholders for having the interest of the station at heart and said it was an indication of the governor's desire for a better Akwa Ibom and pledged the station's readiness to reciprocate government's gesture through productive service delivery to the people. The chairman, Akwa Ibom State Council of NUJ, Comrade Amos Etuk, paid glowing tributes to AKBC for its contribution to society development through its news reportage and other services and the growth of the union. The Radio Chapel chairman, Comrade Mfonuye, pledged to continue promoting responsible reportage by members. And still to come, Akwa United suffer further setback in a away encounter, and Super Eagles totaled to victory against Mozambique. This and more when we come back. Stay with us. You're still watching AKBC 45 News at noon. The federal government has assured Nigerians that it will not trample on people's rights and press freedom in its fight against fake news and disinformation in the country. The Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, stated this in an interview with newsmen in Abuja. He called on Nigerians to always promote the truth, as falsehood can lead to anarchy and destruction of lives and properties. The minister said that Nigeria will key into the strategies and best practices adopted by the international community in curtailing the activities of fake news vendors. The chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), Professor Mahmood Yakubu, has said that the polling unit results of Bayelsa, Imo, and Kogi states governorship elections will be uploaded on its results viewing portal, IREV. Professor Yakubu stated this while addressing journalists in a Jakarta local government area of Kogi State, where he was monitoring mock accreditation exercises ahead of the November 11 governorship elections in the 3 states. The INEC chairman said the uploading of results is a matter of legal provision, but did not state how prompt the polling unit results will be uploaded onto the IREV on the issue of security concerns ahead of the elections. Professor Yakubu said the commission is already working with security agencies, further explaining that INEC was taking proactive measures to give voters a pleasant voting experience on election day. President Bola Tinubu yesterday sworn in 3 additional ministers into his 48-member executive council. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the council chamber, Presidential Villa, Abuja, before the commencement of the Federal Executive Council meeting. The new ministers are Jamaila Ibrahim, Minister of Youth; Ayodele Olawande, Minister of State for Youth; and Balaraba Olawande, Minister of Environment. Also present at Federal Executive meeting were the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Senator George Akume, the President's Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, the National Security Advisor, Nuhu Ibadu, and the Head of Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Folaran Shade Eson. Now sports. Akwa United failed to host Enyimba Football Club at Aba in match day 3 of the Nigeria Premier League. Enyimba opened scores in the 12th minute through Innocent Gabriel's Granda and increased the tally to 2 through Chijoke Mboma in the 15th minute. I'm still waiting on this one. Akwa United pulled back through Kofre Bong, who leaked in a goal-mouth scrambling with David Phillip, equaling through a well-taken left-footed free kick. Enyimba, through a controversial free kick, grabbed all 3 points to win the match 3-2. At the Samson Siasia Stadium, Yenagoa, Remo Stars registered their first away win of the season, edging out host Bayelsa United 2-1. Adams Olamilekun gave the Sky Blues the lead, and 4 minutes after he was set up by Samuel Alakwe, substitute Sikiru Alimu doubled Remo Stars lead in the 88th minute. Other results were Abia Warriors 1, Kano Pillars 0, Rivers United 0, Kwara United 0. Rangers International 2, Niger Tornadoes 1. Sporting Lagos 0, Doma United 0. In Shooting Stars 2, Gombe United 1. And still on football, Nigeria defeating Mozambique 3-2 yesterday at the Albufeira Municipal Stadium in an international friendly organized to fine-tune the Super Eagles ahead of the African Nations Cup. Nigeria went down 1-0 in the 6th minute through Mozambique's J. Katomo, whose lame interception beat Uzoho in post for Nigeria. It was to be payback time for Nigeria as their constant barrage saw T. Murphy slotting in a 19-minute equalizer. Onyeka and Moses Simon later increased the tally with their 30th and 48 minutes goals. Man Mozambique, having lost at Milson to a red card in the 38th minute, however, pulled one back through Bengal to bring scores to 3-2. Meanwhile, in the ongoing Governors' Cup in the state, Ibesikwa Sultan played out a 2-0 draw with Nsrubium yesterday at the Uyo Center. At Ikorekpene Center, Okanafon fell 0-4 to Ikorekpene team. Earlier at Ikorekpene Center, Abak defeated Atimekbo 2-0, while Uran piped Nsoretai 1-0 at Duyo Stadium. Matches at the Eket Stadium have been postponed and may not be unconnected with the recent violence, which saw some referees being beaten by irate fans. And that's our package this afternoon, but just before we go another look at the top stories. Governor's wife Patience has charged local government chairmen's wives to mobilize women to bring out 9 to 14-year-old girls for immunization against cervical cancer. Government re-echoes support for AKBC as NUJ AKBC Radio marks 35 years of existence. Akwa United seemed to be in poor luck as they narrowly fell 2-3 to host Enyimba in Aba. And Nigeria's preparation for AFCON got to a bright start with a 3-2 victory over Mozambique in a friendly they fought off a hard-fighting 10-man Mozambique team. That was our package this afternoon. We thank you so much for watching. Wish you a pleasant day ahead. Good afternoon.